J1, JT Money, JT Money, shit. I don't know what it is. Yeah. War star, penitentiary bars where my mind stay on pins, controlled by my heart, so I rhyme great. Every year they count the best 50 MCs, but not one set of cowards ever mentioned JT. Fuck you busters, critics ain't got to love me. I'm a rapper, not a rapper, chumps can't touch me. Been in more than 10, only playing to win. All I ever drop is heat, nigga, I do it again. Just a hit maker, no shit taker. It's up to get vapors, when I spit flavors, I'm on fire. Wrong City, nigga, world, real fucking nigga, fucking with my bugs. Boy, time in jail, don't matter. As long as you make it to hell, don't matter. Respect the king, respect a pimp. Nigga, period, point blank, just respect my shit.
Tell me why these fuck niggas cross they.
How y'all doing? Good evening to everybody that has tuned in on my live. That was a song by JT Money. I tried to play another one by King Shine, but I really couldn't find it. You know, I was sorry for coming up so late, but it took me so long to try to find his music, one song. But in the next lives or in the next video, I will have that song. It's by King Shine. This one right here by JT Money. Why do people cross their nuts? That goes to tell you, man. One thing I want to stress before. Good night, Melissa. Chat somebody. I want to stress is the simple fact that before I start my life about prison wives, I wanna actually say something. Man, listen, man. In life, you can't worry about what anybody else says or what anybody else does. Do your own thing and don't worry about what nobody thinks about you. There ain't nobody paying your bills, man. Ain't nobody paying your car note. Ain't nobody putting clothes on your back. Ain't nobody putting that bread in the bank. Ain't nobody taking care of your kid. You know what I mean? With that being said, the reason I said that because there's some controversy going on lately with this YouTube thing, with all these YouTubers. Man, that's irrelevant. Like, the last thing that should be on your mind is what people think or what people say, man. Like, that shouldn't hurt you, man. Especially through all the wars and war scars that we've been through. Anything that anybody says on YouTube shouldn't bother you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you see something negative to say, keep it pushing. Wish you the best of luck. And why you gonna be back and forth with that person, man? Come on, man. We too mature and too much of a man and been through these war scars. Excuse me, to be going through all that nonsense. You know, it's uncalled for, man. Especially with that nonsense on YouTube. Well, that's irrelevant, man. You know, none of that phases me. That's the last thing in my mind. But I just wanted to stress that, man. You don't live with what people say. Do your own thing. Create your own path. If people want to say you this, you that, okay, well, let it be, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna come strain you. They ain't gonna come put no hands on you, nothing like that. So, you know, that shit, play, man. You know? But today's topic would be prison wives. The reason I want to touch the subject because you know, it's a very, very delicate subject. The simple fact that I say it's a delicate subject is because a lot of people really don't pay that subject no attention. But there's a lot of women here in this world, especially here in the United States, especially here in Florida, that have husbands in prison or incarcerated or in the chain gang. Like we call prison chain gang, you know? And it's not an easy, how can I explain it? It's not an easy position. They're not easy shoes to fill, you know? And it's hard. Some people tap out, some women tap out, some, you know, the gangsters, they're gonna go through and they're gonna hold their man down, you know, and they're gonna make sure their man's straight in there, you know. And you have other ones that just, hey, they can't take the pressure. They can't take the pressures. And there's a lot of, I'm gonna be real with you, there's a lot of good men in there that get left alone, doing their bit alone, you know, other than the family, because some do have families, and some that's all they had, their wives, because the family relationship, the relationship they have with the family is not all that great. So, you know, the only thing probably they had was their wife and probably kids that they probably had together. Now when a woman gets up and says, I can't do this anymore, or it's too much pressure for me to handle, then, you know, reality hits. And I've seen people go through situations in there that you'll be like, damn, you know, it's hurtful. I seen dudes call their wives and their wife just pick up the phone. They don't even come to visit, tell them in their face and tell, listen, I can't handle this no more. Go do you. I got to keep my life. You know what I'm saying? And, it's not easy. It's not easy. I've seen dudes with a lot of time in their back just running out their time alone, man. And their wife or their fiancés, sorry, or their fiancés, they go about their business, And I give credit to the women that do hold their man down, and because it's not easy, not every woman could do that. So the women that actually do that, I tip my hat off to them. And, they deserve a reward. They deserve a certificate for that. You know what I'm saying? That's just a way of way of speech. But I seen it, how to Sally. Tell you guys a quick story. I had a cellmate, and he had I think was 8-9 years. You know what I mean? Just came to prison. He probably had a year of credit time served, the year that he did in the county fighting his case, whatever. And he actually got him down from 10 years to 9 years. And with that 1 year, he had 8 years left. With the 85%. Sorry, I really apologize, but I had a long night. And with the 85%, he probably would have done 6.5 or something like that, But he was there. He was madly in love with his wife. My wife this, my wife that, my wife this, my wife that. Wife came up there for a couple months, probably if I can remember, 6 months, 6-7 months. And she put money in his books. Everything was going good. Everything was, he was happy. It's damn, I didn't think prison was going to be as bad as I thought it was going to be, I got my wife. My kids are straight. They couldn't visit me. I'm good. Time is going to fly by. I'm working out. I talked to my wife. He was talking to his wife on the phone. Everything good. We went through probably I told you guys 6-7 months like that. He was the happiest dude on earth. You couldn't tell him anything. So you couldn't tell him anything. So with that being said, I was a cellmate, and one day, he gets up early on a Saturday morning, gets dressed, takes a shower, gets dressed, puts his visitation blues on, because his girl told him the week that she was gonna come Saturday. He got ready, and he was ready for his visit. By the time the doors cocked back, everybody came out. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 10:30. He's already stressing. No, man, look, she's usually one of the first ones here, which she was. Every time she came to see him, she was he was probably the second person in the visitation part. He was always there early. 10:30, 10:45, 11 o'clock passed by. Nobody. 12 o'clock in the afternoon, they do count. They close down and start to count. He's stressing. That boy, they don't pick up the phone. He try to, nobody picks up the phone. He's super worried. He thinks something happened to her on the road or nothing like that. Then he actually finally around 1:15, he makes a phone call. They pick up. Sure enough, it wasn't her. It was a guy that he didn't even know who it was. Hey, listen, don't call here no more. What? Don't call here no more. She don't want nothing to do with you. Right? Man, that dude there, man, it lost his mind. Man, that man was stressing. Came in the room, sat on his bunk. It's bro, this girl trying me. And started crying, man, broke down, man. He had 2 kids. He had a boy and a girl with this woman. And they've been together for years, you know what I mean? And he started crying, depressed. Wouldn't even want to go to breakfast. Wasn't trying to eat nothing. You know what I mean? Start working out. Sorry. I can tell you guys, thank you. Bear with me. I'm really tired. But I got to get these lives and these videos out here. So, a week passes by. After the week passes by, he gets a letter from her. Sure enough, she tells her, listen, I found somebody that actually, I felt lonely, that actually has my back. I can't do this. I thought I was gonna be able to do it, but it's too much for me to handle. So take care, and that's it. That was the end of the letter. Sure enough, but that boy was depressed for the longest, and I don't know, some women go and come, but from the little time I was a summer for probably about a year and some change. That girl didn't write him, didn't anything. The last thing I heard, then I got moved, I got transferred, he got transferred, and somebody that I seen in another camp that was at the same camp that knows him was like, oh yeah, the same thing, that she never came back to see him or anything like that. So with that being said, man, I tip my hat to the women that do support their men and do have their back and make sure them boys got the commissary and write letters to them. Because I've been in that predicament, and it's not easy. It's not easy to be in there without no support. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm a witness to that myself. So, I really, really want to give credit to those women out there. And when it comes to that subject, I really have little to say, but I wanted to bring it up because to me, it's like once you're in this, out of sight, out of mind. Me personally, when I went into prison, I was in a relationship, and it didn't work out. It didn't work out at all, and she left me. Mine's left me. I ain't gonna tell you when I caught all that time. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it here. Mine left me. Mine told me, listen, I'm gonna go see you. She didn't come see me. Number changed, disappeared. Never heard from her again. When I never got out of prison, never heard from her, never seen her, never got into another relationship, and she never looked back. So I went to show me that she, I can't blame them because I caught a lot of time. But hey, it is what it is. If it was meant to be, it was meant to be. But it made me a strong dude. But at the same time, hey, who's gonna help a woman pay bills out here if you're not out here? Who's gonna help a woman with certain situations, financial situation, man? Sexual, okay, that's people got needs, okay, that's understandable. But at the same time, there's something more important than just sex, and that's that roof over your head. If you was out here supporting, and you was out here, you know what I mean, actually trying to make something happen, and all of a sudden you disappeared, then what do you expect? You know what I mean? What do you expect? From a person that they got to be, they got to be a special person to hold you down. They have to. So if you're a prison wife and you got a man and you guys have a great relationship, go ahead and keep holding them down. Keep holding them down and giving them more support, because being in this is not easy. So with that being said, I'm making this live short real quick. And hey, subscribe, like, and follow. And my Instagram is Fresh Papito. And like I told you, my YouTube is Fresh Papito World Talk. So you guys tell your family and friends about this. And I will be making a video in a little bit. So I will be back. Love you guys.